if I need to explain onto why I never got the chance to review Shush Ninjas, isn't because it's too stupid. Because, in a way, it's supposed to be stupid to be entertaining. But at the same time, when it comes to how this episode is structured, it really feels like that this is an episode, well, it's supposed to be a short, but with more ideas come in mind, they decide to make a long episode dedicated to that. Like, I always think that this episode would have been better off as a short, to where me discussing it as a short would have been a little bit pointless. And me talking about this episode, my thoughts have been stayed the same, because despite this episode being an entertaining episode, it's an episode that really feels like a short. The beginning of the episode showcases the Bears trying to enjoy the movie in theaters, but unfortunately with multiple people just talking or doing anything, they ended up leaving, and they talked to the manager in order to address the situation. The manager is aware of the situation, and he desperately wants the good old days. Well, in theaters, everyone is quiet and they just watch the movie. And this lead to the Bears getting the opportunity to wear ninja outfits, even though they're mostly swimming gear that Panda has, and goes through every single theater to shush every single person who is making noise. I'm not gonna lie, I've been in theaters that were jam-packed when it comes to watching the latest movie on screen, but I never witnessed so many people making so many noises, aside from laughter or reactions, of what's happening on screen. And truth be told, everyone who aren't the Bears in this are completely jerks, and they're not fully aware of enjoying cinema like people did in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, or even before that. And truthfully, me seeing this as a short is just mainly the rest of the short showcasing the Bears shushing everyone, and just them just quietly seated while watching the movie. So, truth be told, for how this episode took a tone when it comes to the premise, they pretty much knew that shushing everyone, even the most insignificant things, is way too difficult to have any self-control, because eating is still something that people still do in the theaters, and it's difficult to instantly get rid of that noise. But when it comes to phone and sometimes talking, as in spoiling the movie, that is something that needs to be shushed about. And truth be told, I don't even think that the Bears are capable to change people if they attempted to put the foot down, because the sad truth is that when you make noise, you would still not be the victim in all of this. And when it comes to the punishment that the Bears get, when it comes to the manager ordering them to leave to not cause any situations inside of the theaters, truth be told, the punishment of causing people so much problems and just making them silence by any means necessary is still not possible, because while completely addressing the movie in theaters, all the while just making unnecessary noises that doesn't have anything to do with eating is, again, impossible to take control of. But then again, the scene where the Bears leave the theater and witness noise all around them, there's a difference when it comes to public noise and theater noise. And truth be told, I can't even feel sympathy towards the Bears, because even though they did went too far, but that's not the reason why I'm not feeling sympathy towards them, because this just feels a little over dramatic to where the dramatic music from Jean Jacket feels a lot more accurate, since it was a serious situation that the Bears need to get themselves out of. And the reason why the manager wants the bears back is because one theater has multiple kids screaming, and it's a lot more worse compared to the theaters that the bears went into. Truth be told, this is the highlight of the episode for me, mainly the fact that it's way more realistic that kids would scream when it comes to being inside of the theater and just enjoy a movie. Well, it's not getting their attention spans in check. But the main highlight is mainly the fact that the bears gave out a speech towards the kids, and they reference multiple movies, but with the bears being part of those movies. Granted, it made all the kids fall asleep, but at the same time, the highlight for me is mainly the bears doing parodies, mainly from The Little Mermaid and My Neighbor Totoro. Truth be told, it kind of sums up that they really wanted to reference multiple movies, so they did a 11-minute episode rather than a short because they won't be able to do any of this stuff in a short. Granted, it may not be the intended plan since that this is still part of Season 1, but that's just mainly my theory. With the reward of watching the movie, which was the movie they watched in the beginning of the episode with no audience whatsoever, truth be told, I would be on board with it because, in all honesty, if I had a theater that had so many noise and it's difficult to pay attention to the movie, I would relate to the bears in that scenario, because truth be told, there was no other way to enjoy a movie in theaters and just wait for the movie to come out, judging of how you want that experience in the theater without any noise. All in all, this episode is one of the most entertaining when it comes to the execution of the plot, which is somewhat the same as the yesterday's episode review when it comes to the jean jacket situation, but at the same time, it really shows that there are unique ways to make an episode, and We Bear Bears is really one of those shows. I'm giving this episode a 7.75 out of 10.